Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're looking at Pete Alonso in the Home Run Derby. Been asked by a lot of people if I could break down his swing and just kind of talk about it, give it my thoughts. And so we're going to talk here. I'm going to break down a couple things in his swing that I think are, help him to be able to hit the ball an awful long way. Now, he is obviously a big, strong human being, which helps. But I get asked a lot, you know, what can I do to improve my bat speed, my bat path? Typically, it's what can I do to improve my bat speed, to hit the ball harder, to hit the ball further. And so I want to hit on a couple things here. Now, a lot of these things we've talked about in the past, but I want to show how Alonso is using some of those things. So the first thing, and we'll keep it somewhat simple. If you want a super in detail explanation of all these things, go to our other videos in our hitting playlist. I break them down. I break everything down. But let's start with just again a couple of my main thoughts. The first thing, okay, I want you to think about your body as you're preparing the swing. So as you're loading, as an elastic band, okay? If you put the band, let's just say you put a band around your thumb, right? And you want to shoot that band. You're going to pull back with one hand, right? You're going to pull the band back, and as you're pulling the band back, you're going to be pushing forward with the other hand. So you're going to take the 2 points of the band and you're going to stretch them away from each other, okay? Well, as Alonso here starts to stride forward, he is pulling back with his upper body, right? So you don't see him striding forward and then the hands and upper body coming with him. So he's striding forward and he's pulling back. So he's stretching that band. Now, he's not just pushing his hands back this way, okay? It's not that he's just trying to get his hands to go as far back towards the catcher as he can while he strides forward, but he's pulling back here. Now he also has, his hands also will come up a little bit, and you'll see this with some hitters. As they're pulling back, their hands will move up. You'll see other hitters just pull straight back. So stylistically, everyone's going to be a little bit different. But the key is that he's pulling back as he's moving this way. A very, very simple way to think about pulling back is that I want to keep my rear elbow behind my hands, right? And I want to use my back to pull back so that my elbow is going to slightly move behind me or retract behind me, okay? And so doing this, whoops, pulling back this way as I move out is going to allow me to keep my body back more, right? It's going to resist me from just falling forward and getting to my front side earlier, lunging into my front leg and just shifting all my way forward before I want to do that. It's also going to allow my upper body, it's going to keep my upper body from getting involved too early. So I see a lot of young players that they stride out and their upper body just starts to go and the barrel and the bat just start to go and everything's just going forward. And so there's no stretch again. When you take those 2 points of the elastic band, you need to pull them in opposite directions in order to create that stretch. You can't push a band very fast, right? You would never throw an elastic band at somebody. You pull it back, you stretch the band, and then you release, okay? So this is all just in preparation to swing. And just go and watch all your favorite hitters and watch this move. And again, stylistically, everyone's going to be a little bit different, okay? But just think about the core things as far as elbow behind my hands, and as I'm moving into the ball, I'm going to pull back this way. All right. Think of the move like, if you want to think it's super aggressive, it's not this aggressive, but I tell the guys, if you're starting a lawnmower, you're going to have elbow behind your hands and you're going to be pulling back, right? Your elbow's going to move back behind you. You're going to feel it in your back. You're going to feel your back working. Now, you don't do it that aggressive in a game or when you're hitting, okay? But think of another way. I'm going to set my hand back to punch. I'm going to throw a punch into a punching bag. Elbow behind the hands, moves back behind me. We're just going to keep moving in subtler, more and more subtle. So then you can think of there's someone just kind of standing behind me, and I'm just going to kind of elbow him. Not aggressive, just kind of bump him a little bit. So that's the idea of pulling back as he's moving forward. Okay? Now, when it's time for the barrel to go. So I've pulled back, I've pulled back, I've pulled back. Now it's time to actually swing. Now you can't really see his lower body very well here. But what I really like is that you can see his upper body. You get a really good look at it. So right here, you're going to see, if you see his leg down here, that's going to start to turn, right? So here goes his leg. And now with the upper body, what you see is as that leg is turning that way, you're going to see a few different things. One, you're going to see that his upper body doesn't just go forward, right? And it doesn't just take a left-hand turn. That's what I see a lot of players do. But you see his upper body is going to work more back. So it's more, I've made a video on this, a couple videos on this. One of them is entitled Tilt, Don't Turn. And any other video on our upper body, we talk about tilting back and not just turning to the left or just going forward. So it's the same idea as the elastic band. If you think about his lower half, his legs turning this way, you don't want the upper body to just go in the same direction, because now I'm not getting that stretch. I want to feel that stretch continue. So my leg turns this way, and then my upper body goes in the opposite direction. It goes more north and south and more back. And that's why you'll see, if you look at his shoulders, right? The right shoulder, the rear shoulder, always works underneath the left shoulder. That's because if you tilt back, if you just get into your, just sit in a chair, all right? Just sit down in a chair. You probably are if you're watching this. And then just start to tilt back. Now, if you think about as your leg turns, you just tilt, right? Don't rotate or turn. Just tilt your shoulders back. Or tilt your whole upper body, not just your shoulders. Your whole upper body is going to go back. So from your waist up is going to go back. See how your right shoulder starts to work under? Now as your leg turns you, your body's going to start to turn, but it's not, you're not taking your upper body and just rotating off to the left. And you're definitely not going forward, right? So you've got to feel that tilt. So it's back and then around. Okay? And so that's how you get back behind the ball. You create even more stretch, right? Again, your leg is turning this way and your upper body's going that way. Now, your barrel is also going to go back too. And this is the point. I've made a lot of videos on this. I'm not just taking the knob of the bat and throwing it at the ball or trying to take it inside the ball. I'm not just taking my hands to the ball. What you're going to see the really, really good hitters do is, as they're tilting back, they're going to start to get palm up, palm down. So right here, he's already palm up, palm down, right? And so when he makes this move, palm up, palm down, the barrel starts to go back too. And when the barrel goes back, it's getting inside the ball, right? So that it's coming from the inside and it's going back. So it's going to go back and down so that it can turn up into the ball. So just watch his knob for a second, right? He's not just going to take the knob down to the ball, but he's turning the knob by getting palm up, palm down. A lot of hitters, I talk a lot to our hitters about this. When I was playing with really, really, really good hitters, some of the best hitters in the world, if you go ask a major league hitter, a really good one, talk to me about the swing. What are you doing? What are you thinking? You'll hear some crazy things, but one of the things you'll always hear from hitters is they'll talk about their hands. And a lot of them don't even know what they're feeling. They just know that they use their hands. They'll say, hey, use your hands. I heard this like 100,000 times during my career. Hey, use your hands. Just use your hands. You got to use your hands. Like, what does that even mean? I don't think anyone really even knows, not anyone, but I don't think a lot of people even know when they say that, hey, I just, I use my hands. And I kind of felt the same thing when things were going well. I can remember during my best years just be like, man, this is easy. I can feel my hands working. Again, what does that mean? I feel my hands working. Well, what I think it is hitters are getting palm up, palm down. They're using their hands, right? Their hands are attached to the barrel. They're not using their arms. You see a lot of young guys do a lot of arm movement, right? Their arms are going all over the place. use your hands and, we say turn the barrel or get the knob up. So when the knob starts to get up, if you go palm up, palm down, you take this top hand, you go palm up. You take this bottom hand, you go palm down. When you make that move right there, you're going to turn the knob up, right? And the barrel is going to start to go this way. So now, a couple things. One, your leg's going this way, your upper body's going this way, the barrel's going this way, so you create that stretch, right? They're going in opposite directions. All right, so that's one. Create more bat speed. Two, you create better direction with your swing. So when you make this move, see how the barrel gets, look at the barrel. It gets inside. It's going to come from the inside. So now you're going to cover the entire plate. You're going to be able to drive the ball to all fields, right? You've got bat speed instantly behind you, like real fast, right? If you take your bat again and you go bang and you turn the knob up real quick, watch how fast the barrel goes back, really fast. If you take the bat now and just push your hands down at the ball and just take the knob down to the ball and just push, the barrel isn't going anywhere. It's not going fast. It's going forward, but it's not going fast. It's going slow. The way to get the barrel to go fast is to go palm up, palm down, bang, and turn the knob up. And now the barrel's going to start going really fast behind you, right? So now it's behind you. It's going to get in the zone earlier. If you just push the knob down to the ball and out to the ball, you're going to get in the zone really late. You can only hit the ball way out front. Now people will say, I've talked to people and they say, yeah, but the damage is done out front. You got to hit the ball out front. And that's cool. But you can't, if you just push your hands to go get the ball way out front, yeah, you might hit the ball out front, but you ain't going to hit it very hard. You can still hit the ball out front by doing this. You'll just catch the ball, bang. You'll still catch it a little bit more out front, but you're turning the barrel back and you're getting bat speed early, you're getting better direction, you're getting the barrel to work up through the ball because the barrel is going to follow the knob. So if my knob just goes down to the ball, the barrel is going to go down to the ball. If I want the knob to turn and get up into the ball, well, then I've got to turn the knob. Now the barrel is going to start to work back and down, and now it's going to start to come up. Now I'm behind the ball. I can impact the ball squarely, and I can really drive the ball. Right? And so if you watch, again, when he tilts and starts to turn the knob and he's getting palm up, palm down, now his angles are much different. Now his lead arm is working up. Right? What I see a lot of young players do is they throw the knob down at the ball and their lead arm works down, the barrel works down, and now they're not in the zone for a long time. They're pushing the bat forward, and they hit a lot of ground balls, or they swing and miss a ton, or they foul balls back because they're not behind the ball. And then someone yells at them when they foul the ball back that they've got to keep their barrel up. So then they try to fight over the top and be on top of the ball more, and they foul more balls back, and then they get yelled at that they're not keeping the barrel up, and then it just keeps happening, and it gets worse and worse and worse. But if you just turn, get palm up, palm down, turn the barrel, get behind the ball, you'll square up way, way more balls. And again, look at his lead arm now working up, not down. Now, some people are going to say, yeah, but Matt, this is a home run derby. They're trying to hit the ball in the air here, and they're trying to hit home runs. Yes, they are. But this swing right here, this is, if we take his game swing, I'm going to go find some of his game swings. And even hitters that don't hit for a ton of power, but are really good, solid hitters, and they hit for a really high average, they're not doing it by swinging down on the ball and, hitting a lot of ground balls. They're hitting line drives. They're getting behind the ball early. So just start checking out your favorite hitters. I'm going to try to throw up as many swings as I can. But for me, this is the key. This is one of the reasons that he hits for so much power. Yes, he's a big, strong guy. I know this. But, there's a reason why you can't just be big and strong and play in the big leagues and hit over 30 home runs. This guy's going to hit, he's already got, I don't know how many home runs. He's got it right around 30. He's going to hit 40 home runs. He might hit 50 home runs. So, hopefully that helps out. Let me know if you have any questions. If you'd like to work with me, shoot me an email, Matt at AntonelliBaseball.com. You can go on our website, AntonelliBaseball.com. You can find me there too. But we can work on some of this stuff if you're local in Massachusetts. If not, You can still send me an email. I do a lot of online stuff with hitters, so get in touch with me that way. And that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.